Hello and welcome to KGEM Live, the show that provides entertainment and information about events happening in and around Monrovia, California. I'm Ava Grimes, your host today. I'm a high schooler from Flint Ridge Sacred Heart Academy. I love to draw and I also enjoy making themed music playlists in my free time, like Smoky French Cafe, Good Morning, and New York. I'm still waiting for Dean Martin's newest song. We have a local celebrity here in Monrovia that has been recently making waves. Her name is Jordy. She just graduated from Monrovia High School and is going to USC for music production. She's received 250,000 hits on Spotify and is currently signed on with Danger Bird Records. Be it indie pop or hard rock, Jordy is trying everything out. Here's an interview we conducted from her studio here in Monrovia.
Hey, I'm Jordy. I'm from Monrovia, California, and I'm 18 years old, and I just love everything music. So some artists that inspire me, Nirvana and the Beatles, all the way to like Kendrick Lamar. But I kind of just take inspiration from a lot of different things. I'm working on an album. It's not released yet, but yeah, a lot of the songs like have different sounds. And the two singles that I released, like one's super like kind of grungy and then the other one's kind of indie pop. But yeah, I'd say like there's kind of a diverse sound between each song, which is kind of cool, I guess, but it's fun. One day, I was on my bedroom floor and I took home the school bass from MHS and I was messing around and then I wrote a song that happens to be Escape Route. But I demoed it and like it was just for fun and I had no intentions of like showing anybody. Like I was so scared to show anyone. And I only showed like my dad and I showed my mom. And like my dad like loved it. And he was like, no, you should show people, like you should really show people. And from like not wanting to show anyone to it being played on K-Rock Locals Only and like put on all these Spotify editorial playlists, like wow. There's an album in the works, again with Danger Bird, and I'm super excited to get that going. Like, there's a lot of new stuff that I'm just really excited to show and put out. But yeah, like hopefully a lot more live shows. This song I'm about to play is going to be on my upcoming album. It's unreleased and it's called Odd Day. I felt pretty good about that too.
Thank you for your time, Jordy. Isn't she the coolest? Feel free to catch her on Spotify and Apple Music. I always talk with my friends about how the melody of a song makes you feel versus the actual lyrics. For example, when I'm with my friends, I don't exactly remember what song was on, but I remember how I felt. I go with my friend Griffin to the Mayflower Elementary School, and we listen to new songs together and dance around at the big field they have. It sort of sounds like a soundtrack for the moment. On our next segment, we had a gathering for National Night Out. National Night Out is an annual community building campaign that promotes police-community partnership and neighborhood camaraderie. Let's see how this year went.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Alan San Victoris, and I am the Chief of Police of the Monrovia Police Department. I'd like to welcome everybody to our National Night Out for 2021. This is a national event that takes place all over the United States with law enforcement agencies making that connection with their community members that they serve. Here in Monrovia, we take great pride in having a chance to get together with our community members and answer any type of questions. They can see there are equipment around here that you can see. We have music, we have free food, hamburgers and cheeseburgers, and hot dogs. It's just a really good time for us to just band together as a community. Dealing with a pandemic has been speechless, to say the least. So we welcome this time to have, as you can see, a party. We're here for you, and we thank you for being a part of the community. So have a great night, everybody.
And that was National Night Out. It's every year on August 3rd. If you want to go to an event out of the town, of course the lovely Sawdust Art Festival is one happening at Laguna Beach. The Sawdust Art Festival has been described as individual, funky, creative, unique, inspiring, and magical. The Sawdust Art Festival has been home to more than 1,000 local artists since its inception in 1965. The last day to go is September 5th, so please enjoy our little feature on it.
The show started in the 1960s, and it was like a bunch of hippies getting together, and the Sawdust is an amazing show that they somehow managed to put on year after year and make it better and better.
Turtle time is famous. Head over to the Turtle Grotto.
Welcome to my art. This is all oil painting. I've been doing this my whole life. We are at the Sawdust Festival where there are 167 artists today showing their work.
It's reversible, there's no sewing, and so you have two garments in one.
And I hope you all come to the Sawdust Art Festival.
I feel better already. On to the next one.
I even bought a glass pencil, which I've been told will keep me healthy. Fingers crossed. Speaking of being healthy, dancing is a great way to stay healthy. And I have my great friend Jeffrey here to teach us some cool funk dance moves.
Hey everybody! First off, it only takes 3 days to be friends with Ava, so give yourself that. So today I wanted to talk to you about, some of us have started going back to those social settings again, and make sure you're safe while you're out there. But some of us probably have already forgotten how to interact with someone. If you are one of those people, don't worry. You are not alone. I as well have that situation. So what I'm going to teach you today are some dance moves if you are at a family gathering or some other event in which you will need to be there for at least a solid 3 hours, so you can't pull out the same thing over and over again. So we're gonna do what I call survival dance moves, which are gonna get you through the whole night. Okay, cool. So we got 3 today we're gonna talk about. The first one is called the shopping cart. So, music please. The shopping cart, it's exactly what it sounds like. You're gonna take your 2 hands, you're gonna grab onto something like you're pushing a shopping cart. Cool, cool, cool. So now, as you're going, you walk like you're at the shopping. You're getting your stuff. Cool, you got that? So you're gripping, you're walking, you're smiling. Now this is the most important part. While you're doing this dance move, it's all about the facial reaction. So you're like, hey, is this cereal? Do I like this cereal? Yes, I do like this cereal. Let's put it down here. Okay, Ava, I grabbed here a can of beans. Do you want a can of beans?
What type of beans?
Pinto.
Yes.
Yes, okay, boom. We're gonna grab 3 pinto beans. Cool. There we go. Cool, cool, cool. Now we're going to grab something. We gotta grab something underneath the shopping cart. You see? And we're gonna throw it on top. So that's the whole dance move. It's called the shopping cart. Very simple. It's all about. Oh, I love this. Oh, I don't like this. Ooh, this is. Oh, I don't know what. Oh, never mind. Not that one. So, and you just bob with the music, left to right, left to right. That's called the shopping cart. How do you feel? Is that good?
Great, yeah.
Cool, excellent. The next one we have is called thumbs up. Okay, that's what you're gonna do. You're gonna give me 2 thumbs up, and make sure you hit that subscribe button on KGEM Live. Go! So what I want you to do for this show is I want you to go right, left, right, right. Cool. Left, right. Now 2 left, left. Left. Okay, cool. And you're just sort of weaving in place and you're switching and you bob. Now, one thing about dance is that dance is all about predictability, and that goes with Mentos. Cool?
I'm trying to be super sure.
All right, so it's 1, 1, now go 2. 1, 2. 1, 1, now 2. 1, 2. Yep.
I get it.
1, 1, 2.
Hey.
1, 1, 2. Hey, there you go. Nice. You got the thumbs up. Perfect. So that's the thumbs up. And you can do that for hours. Same thing with the shopping cart. Now the last one is called the wave. Now it's not the actual wave, but it sort of has this like 80s vibe. So what you're doing is you're gonna go sort of rest a little bit in the center, and you're gonna take out your arms, point it out, do the peace sign, and you're going to go across your face. Across your face. Across your face. Now you can do that the entire time, and then you got to have a finisher dance move every time. If someone pushes you in the circle, you have to have a finisher dance move. So what you're going to do is, since we're in the summer, you're going to close your nose, put your left hand up, and you're going to go like you're doing a dive to the pool. Cool? So that's it. And now you're going to go down. Cool. Woo! So those are 3 dance moves to help you survive that next 3-hour gathering in which you have to do something or be bored out of your mind. So hopefully get you through that. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much. Oh my gosh, that was so fun. Well, now you can impress your parents with some cool dance moves. But you know what? Impress them even more. Go outside. Do not look at your computer screen. There's literally nothing there. So speaking of outside, Canyon Park is reopening. Yes, in Monrovia will be reopening soon. And we got to talk with some of the city officials about why they temporarily closed down. So let's see that interview right now.
The K-Rail is a stark reminder of the Bobcat Fire, and we're working hard to get Canyon Park open as soon as we can. And we didn't want our neighbors and friends to come back to the park and see this unfortunate reminder of the devastating fire. So we thought, let's embrace this and make them beautiful and invite the community to be a part of this celebration.
It's just so great to have people out. And so many people, 3 different locations here in Canyon Park today, painting K-Rail. It's wonderful. Everyone's excited. We just can't wait to welcome them back permanently. So it's wonderful to be here.
We had to go through so many different adversities last year. First with the coronavirus and having to modify that system and opening up back to the public to let users come back to our park. And then as we were getting through that and we were going through a really good field through, we got hit with the Bobcat Fire in September, and that was really tragic. All of our trails got burned. Luckily, all of our facilities were saved, but we were really surprised to see that a lot of the canopy in our stream bed did survive. So our hiking trail to the waterfall, which everybody really loves, was actually in really, really good shape. I think one of the biggest excitements that I have is just seeing people in our park. We've been close to a year without users in our park, and it definitely has a different feel. We get in this field not just because we love nature and the outdoors, but also because we provide a service to our community where people get to enjoy natural resources. And when I don't get to educate people on a daily basis or get to have people experience this place, you know, it really puts a little dampening in our day and our week. And I could say that for all of our staff members, all of our park naturalists, all of our community services members. We just can't wait till people come back to our park and really start enjoying this lovely gem of what we have here in the Foothill communities.
Thank you so much, everyone. In my free time, I like to walk around. You don't have to be super athletic or sporty to get some exercise in. I'm definitely none of those things. It's a good time to check in on yourself and reflect on the day. Plus, listening to good music helps motivate you. It motivates me. Our next interview highlights a local Monrovian who's done a lot of things. He owns a business, plays guitar, and was recognized by the Recording Academy for his assistant editing work on Daylight by Grace Potter, a Grammy Award nominated recording. Here is Max Lee.
My name is Max Lee. I was actually born in Arcadia, California, but raised in Monrovia for my entire life.
I know it isn't you who will lay me down.
I started getting into music around 4 years old when my grandmother, Jennifer Ranger, started teaching me ukulele at a very young age.
That I do. In time
my introduction to music was always my family's folk band, Cattywampus String Band. We used to play outside of our store, the Dollmakers Cattywampus, for several years. It probably played in front of there for about 20 years total. So that was my first introduction to music, with playing and hearing my family's folk band play traditional Irish music, Middle Eastern music, American, bluegrass, all that kind of stuff. That was my first intro, and then really the first time getting musical experiences was playing with my family's band. Being a musician, I always wanted to be able to record my own music. I always loved listening to music and I've always played in rock bands in middle school and high school, and we always wanted to be able to record what we were doing, what we were playing, into a song that other people could listen to. So I remember my first one was a 4-track Tascam digital recorder that my grandmother got me for Christmas with my mom, and a microphone. And then I continued that all through college at my undergrad at Cal State LA at the music program there, and then my master's from Berklee College of Music's online program when they had a music production degree.
Down, down, down in my hometown. Brother got married to the girl he met back in.
The last EP I put out, 2017-ish, the Hometown EP. The album cover is right in Library Park, and it's right on one of those benches on the west side of the park. My late uncle has a bench there that's dedicated to him. He was the banjo player in my family's band, and when he passed, they dedicated a bench to him because he always used to go at the park and play his banjo. Some of the really cool projects I was able to be a part of at Barefoot, when I started there as a runner, and I was able to work my way up into some assistant engineering credits there. And one of them was for Grace Potter's album Daylight, produced by Eric Valentine. And that one was nominated for 2 Grammy Awards. It was nominated for Best Rock Album and Best Rock Performance. So I was able to get a nice certificate for that, which I'm proud about. Another really fun album that I was really happy to be a part of was Chicano Batman's last record, which was called Invisible People. So that was a really cool project. I was so happy. I loved the band in college. I loved listening to them, and it was really cool to meet the guys and just be a part of the process and hear the album as it was being made.
Tell her you love her right before she goes, you know, love don't come easy.
Some other artists, local artists in town, even those I haven't collaborated with yet. The Mark Houston Trio, great jazz ensemble that's local in town. Marvin Dark, Jared's a really cool R&B singer. He's had a lot of success. Jordy is a really cool multi-instrumentalist rock performer, and she's kind of new on this, fresh on the scene, I'd say. Just graduated high school and met her over at the drum shop in Monrovia, and I know she's onto some big things. So a lot of cool music happening in town.
Down, down, down in my hometown. It goes down, down, down.
I think people are always surprised when I tell them I play the banjo. You know, I'm a pretty avid banjo player. I teach banjo in the clawhammer style, which is the traditional folk style. So I'm really involved in folk music and bluegrass music, and I think people are always surprised when they see me or hear about me playing the banjo. There's a couple other musical projects I'm finishing up. A full-length rock album. There'll be a jazz project coming up, and then I am looking forward to finishing up a full-length album for myself, but it's going to take some time.
Hometown, it goes down, down, down in my hometown. Down, down, down.
And that's Max Lee. Currently, I'm taking vocal lessons, and singing is definitely hard. I think one of the hardest things I've learned is just letting go and not worrying about how you sound. Practice makes perfect, but don't beat yourself up if your voice cracks or you mess up on a lyric. One thing I do pride myself on is drawing. I enjoy drawing with watercolors, oil paints, and acrylic paints. And here are some mock-ups I've started. So these are just, I don't know if you could see them that well, but for this one, for starters, this one was kind of inspired by like a punk band, maybe in the 90s or something like that. And it's kind of my dream band, Meat Machine. And so I have the date, the time for this like kind of fake band, I guess you could say, like hangout or whatever. And so I drew this girl who's probably like a member of the band, and I still have more stuff to fill in. And the next one I have is also another band poster concept, Meat Machine, that's the name of the band. This will be the album To Serve Man, and it's kind of like this hand, human hand, is being turned into meat. I don't know, kind of gruesome, but I don't know, I had fun with it, and so, yeah. Thank you so much for letting me share my art with you for a bit. Maybe this isn't impressive to you, but it's definitely impressive to me, and I really love creating things. I think the best part about art is that it doesn't have to be quote-unquote good. I think everything is imperfect. I mean, here at the studio, everyone is a visual storyteller. From the cameramen to the editors, I'm sure everyone has a dream of one day screening a movie at their local theater. Well, our local theater, now called Look Cinemas, is reopened. We got a chance to talk to the CEO of the company to talk about why Monrovia and how did he get into running movie theaters. Take a look at our inside scoop at Look Cinemas.
You know, I'm happy to be in Monrovia and bring this theater back. It was just a labor of love because communities really need a gathering place. And I always looked at our company as a platform for creating a positive wake in the world, opening perspective through stories. Coming out of COVID, when our bank decided that they wanted to abandon the site, I just thought it was a travesty. And I immediately started working on figuring out ways that I could reopen. And I think it's just so important coming out of COVID. We need communities to come together. And as the worldwide movie theater industry kind of comes back, what a better place than such a tight community like Monrovia to reopen the theater. And I started my career in politics, believe it or not. I always wanted to make a difference in the world, and I realized that I was an absolutely terrible bureaucrat, but I thought I could make a bigger difference by actually creating a platform that people could get their opinions out. So rather than advocating my own position, I always liked the idea of bringing people together, sharing a common perspective, and I think the movie theaters, for me, is a platform. I think it's the way that I can give back. There's a difference between kind of doing something that you might be good at and something that you just can't not do. And if I thought maybe I wouldn't want to do movie theaters anymore, it confirmed it during COVID, where I kind of had an instant exit. I had to come back, it's all I can think of. And you'll find the theaters that we select aren't the typical theaters that maybe some other operators might go after. I like the ones that the community really loves the theater and cares about it. And it would really be a shame to see this theater go away. I think it's kind of unthinkable. I have a soft spot for important buildings, important concepts where so many memories were built. Our job is to make an event out of moviegoing. That idea of showmanship has kind of died a little bit. So we want to really bring that back, and I think that this facility really says that in the size and scale, and I think the obligation is on the theater operators to create an experience and an event-like scenario that is worth it to actually come out and come see the theater. So hopefully you'll come to the Look Cinema and give us a try and tell us what you think.
Hope you enjoyed the piece. I personally love watching indie short films, coming-of-age films, cheesy 80s rom-coms, and horror flicks. I guess I like indie films because you can tell that someone made it with their heart and soul. Perhaps there's inconsistencies or subplots that literally go nowhere, or very simple locations. You know, somewhere out there, someone is so proud that they pulled it off and made it to the big screen. Well, sadly, we're reaching the end of our show today, but wait. Wait, I still don't know how this thing works. Anyway, I thought I'd share some song recommendations from my Spotify playlist on air. My first recommendation is Caribbean Queen by Billy Ocean. I love this song. I sing and make choreography to it while I'm in the shower. It makes me very, very, very happy. The next recommendation I have is Come to a Party With Me from the hit musical Dogfight. This song is super fun as well, and it's really a great song to sing along to too. My last recommendation is Can I Call You Tonight by Dayglow. So when you're feeling a little lazy or you're just chilling at home, this is the perfect song to put on. You can be at the pool, driving, staring at your ceiling. You will definitely enjoy this. Thank you so much to our audience for tuning in and watching our show. Once again, I've been today's host, Ava, and thank you for watching our show. Tune in next time for more stories and background around Monrovia.